Welcome to our class for yoga for everybody this morning. Get nice and comfortable on your back to start the class. So we're going to be able to concentrate on our pranayama this morning. So if it's more comfortable, place the cushions under your knees. And make sure your body is nice and comfortable. You can wiggle your hips into position, lower your shoulder blades, open your legs if you like, and then roll your hands so the palms are facing up toward the sky. We're going to take in a deep breath and relax as you exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale with a sigh. And a third time, taking a deep, deep breath. And we'll let go as we exhale. And now you don't have to make any more muscular work. Relax your shoulders, your hips. Just let them sink down towards the floor. Relax your eyes and your legs. And start thinking only about your breath. So notice how you're breathing this morning. And as you exhale, imagine letting all of your thoughts drift far, far away from yourself. And let your breath become more and more fluid, deep and slow. So as we inhale deeply, we're going to feel the torso expand in its 3 dimensions. And as we exhale, we're going to press the belly button in just slightly towards the spine. And that way you'll really start noticing the movements of your belly. We're going to start the Ujjayi breath by contracting our throat slightly. And as soon as you start contracting your throat, your breath will become a sound, almost like the sound of waves in the ocean. And feel that comfortable, nice feeling coming back towards your body. And let all of your distractions leave with the out breath. And also consider all of that wisdom that our body holds. And how it's so interesting that we can hurt ourselves over and over again and we can still heal. And as we do this, we come back to the base of our health. And notice how the cycle of breath changes your own personal energy. So as we inhale, we bring in lots of positive energy. And as we exhale, we release all the negative. We're also going to add in the breath retention. So inhale to a comfortable level, and then block the breath at the top of the inhalation. Whenever you need to, exhale nice and slowly. And at the base of the exhalation, we're going to hold the breath again. So whenever you feel it's necessary, take a nice deep breath again. Hold the breath at the top of the inhalation. And whenever it's necessary, again, just exhale nice and slowly. And again, hold the breath at the bottom of the exhalation. So you can continue at your own rhythm and notice the feeling of the energy that's changing with each and every inhalation and each and every exhalation. So as we inhale, we bring the energy up towards the third eye. And then you can even imagine it coming out of the crown of the head, going up to the center of the universe. And as we exhale, it comes back in through the crown of the head. And that's going to go going down through the hollow column of the spine. And at the end of the exhalation, we're going to imagine the breath goes out through the tailbone to the center of the earth. So as we exhale, you can imagine that all the energy of the universe is coming in to help us release all the stress that we have. It's going to push it down from the brain through the spinal cord, and it's going to let the earth absorb it once it gets to the end. And then when we inhale, we imagine all the energy coming up from the earth that's going to replace the negativity that we just released with the opposite and equal positive energy. And feel all that strength that starts developing with this exercise. After your next exhalation, you can release the breath retention and start taking deep belly breaths. So gently you can start moving again. If you do happen to have cushions under your knees, just push them to the side. Bend your knees to put your feet to the floor, and then start rubbing your hands together to create lots of heat and energy between the palms. When your hands are nice and warm, place them down over your eyes and feel all that heat, all that vibration that starts entering in from the face. And as you exhale, place your hands down to the earth, and we're going to bring the feet just slightly up off the ground. Make sure that it's your knees that are the focal point here, and you can start drawing the infinity sign in the air. So start with little movements, and if it's comfortable, you can start making the movements a little bit bigger. You can also experiment a little bit with the angles for really bringing in lots of comfort to the hips. We're going to change directions. And you can even imagine that all the energy that rests at the base of the spine starts rising up through the spine. It's a very easy way to bring movement to the energy in the body. As you inhale, raise the legs up towards the sky. And as you exhale, then lower the right leg down to the floor. Now hold on to your ankle or your calf with your two hands. You can also take the strap and use it on the balls of the feet. As you inhale, straighten your knee, and as you exhale, pull the leg just slightly in towards your body. Relax your shoulders. And you want to remember to always work at your limit. So you're going to feel the stretch in the hamstrings, but you don't want to pull in so tightly that it hurts. As you exhale, let your hands come down to the earth. We're going to point the toes up towards the sky. Contract the abdominal muscles, and as you exhale, lower the leg down towards the floor. As you inhale, flex your foot and lift it up towards the sky. So we're going to keep repeating this several times. If you're finding that this is difficult for your low back, feel free to bend your left knee, and you can also shorten the leg lift. So just go to wherever it feels comfortable for you. One more time. Inhale, lift the leg up towards the sky. And again, hold on to the ankle, the calf, or the strap around the ball of the foot. Then hold on either to the big toe with the first two fingers of your right hand, or hold the strap with the right hand. Then make sure you press your left hip firmly down to the floor, and as you exhale, open the right leg towards the right. And just lower the leg until you find a stretch. You don't have to force or bounce or pull. As soon as you feel a stretch, you're in the perfect place. Good. The gravity is really going to do all the work for you. Just keep taking deep, deep breaths through the belly. Excellent. As you inhale, lift the leg to center, bend your knee, put the strap on the floor if you have one, and then interlace your fingers over the right knee. As you exhale, pull the leg in towards your body. Then flex your left foot and press the left leg down towards the floor. Keep your arms nice and strong, and as you exhale, press the knee upwards towards your hands, but don't let it move. Keep your arms nice and strong. And this will help us relax the psoas. Very good. Release all the muscular work. Keep your left hand on the right knee and stretch out the right arm. As you exhale, you can start rocking your right knee towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, go up towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. At the same time, when you turn your leg towards the left, you can turn your head towards the right. Very good. Next repetition, we're going to hold the leg towards the left. And then you can play with the position of the knee to make sure that you're really working on the tension that you're feeling this morning. Good. Once you're in the right position, relax all of your muscles and just work with the breath. So as you inhale, you want to stretch the right rib cage up towards the sky. And you might even feel the movement through your shoulder or your hip. Very good. As you exhale, unwind very slowly. Excellent. As you inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. And again, hold on to the ankle or calf with your hands, or use a strap around the ball of the foot. As you inhale, straighten your knee. And as you exhale, put the legs in towards your body. So each time we inhale, we're going to make sure that the leg is still straight. And as we exhale, we just pull in slightly with the leg. As we exhale, bring the arms down to the floor and point the toes up towards the sky. As you exhale again, press the belly button in towards the spine and then lower the leg down towards the floor. As you inhale, flex the foot and bring it back up towards the sky. Use your breath to guide the movement. Again, just lift the leg as high or as low that feels comfortable for you. You'll notice if you go too far, your shoulders will start to crisp. So again, take a hold of your ankle or calf, or use the strap around the ball of the foot, and then hold on to the big toe with the first two fingers of the left hand, or hold the strap with the left hand. And as you exhale, open the left leg towards the left. Relax the inner thigh and start taking deep, deep breaths. And if you feel the opening, let that leg just sink down towards the ground with the gravity. Super. As you inhale, bring the leg back to the center, bend the leg at the knee, put the strap to the side, and interlace your fingers over the left knee. Flex the right foot and press the right leg down towards the floor. As you exhale, pull the left knee down towards the rib cage. Make sure your arms are nice and strong to make sure that you can hold the leg without a movement. And then as you exhale, you push the knee upwards without allowing any movement. That just kicks in the psoas muscle. It's normal sometimes if you feel a little bit of shaking here. Good, release all that muscular work again. Keep the right hand on the left knee and let the left arm come down to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, rock the left knee towards the right. Inhale, come back to center. Again, exhale, rock the knee back and forth. Inhale, you go back to center. And you'll notice as the back relaxes that that left knee might want to swing a little bit more towards the right. As you exhale, let the knee rest down towards the right and turn your head gently towards the left. Notice what's happening in your back and then adjust the level of the left knee to work with those tensions. Relax the muscles and then just let your breath do all the work for you. Excellent. As you exhale, unwind back onto your back on the mat. So we're going to prepare for the bridge posture. So walk your feet in towards the hips. You want to keep them about hip distance apart. Put the elbows down nice and tight towards the rib cage. Lift the hands so the palms face into our center. And then lift the hips up towards the sky. Now we're going to walk the heels a little bit in towards center to hold on to them. And then press your feet even more firmly towards the earth to lift the hips higher up. Good. Now as you exhale, we're going to lift the hips and let them lower down towards the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, let them lower to the left. So it's like we're drawing a rainbow in the sky with the hips. So again, work with the inhalations to go to center. Exhalations go towards the side. Remember, it's your breath that guides the movement. Come back towards the center. Press the feet towards the floor. Open the legs up, open up the arms up, and as you exhale, lower the vertebrae down one at a time. Excellent. Now bring the knees in towards your belly. You can hold on to them with your arms and just rock a little bit side to side. Excellent. Come back to center. Cross your ankles and hold on to the sides of the feet. So now you can do several rocking motions on the back to really release a lot of tension. Excellent. So if your knees are sensitive, feel free to take a type of knee pad or fold your mat a few times. Open your knees about the same distance as the hips, and you want to let the coccyx come down, turn down towards the earth. Inhale, lift the right hand up. You really want to feel the opening in the rib cage, and then exhale, slide your left hand down the left thigh to come into crescent moon. Take a few deep breaths here. Good. Keep the right shoulder rotated a little bit backwards. Relax your neck. And carefully now, we're going to slide that left hand back to the left heel. You can turn your toes under to lift the heel up. It'll be a little bit easier to hold. And then we're going to take a few circles with that right arm. You can inhale up and around, exhale down and around. Change directions. Super. Let the arm come down, press the belly button in, and then inhale to come back up to center. Now we're going to do the other side. Shift the left arm so the hand's pointing out. Inhale up, and then exhale, let the right arm slide down the right thigh into crescent moon. Relax your neck. And take nice deep breaths in and out to relax the whole left side. Good. Now slide the right hand back to the right heel. Again, you can turn the toes under if you need. Press the hips forward, and then you can take deep circles with that left arm. Change directions. So now you can either try to place both hands on both heels, or you can place your hands on your hips and press the hips forward and look up towards the sky. Keep taking deep, deep breaths. Relax your neck. Excellent. Contract your abdominals and then come back to center. And we're going to go directly into child's pose. Extend your arms forward and press your hands to the earth to really stretch out the back. You can even slide your hips side to side to make sure that your back feels nice and comfortable. Let your breath come back to its natural pace and take a moment to look at your hands. Make sure that they're the same distance as your shoulders. Put your index fingers parallel and then stretch the rest of the fingers out from there. Tuck your toes under, and then as you exhale, straighten the knees to come up into down dog. And we're going to walk the dog a few times by bending the knees one at a time. Excellent. As you exhale, let your heels just lower down towards the sky, to the floor, excuse me. As you exhale, then bend the knees, bring them down to the floor, and put your forehead to the mat. Inhale, we're going to slide forward in cobra pose. Then exhale, bring the forehead to the floor. Inhale, come back to child's pose. Tuck your toes under, and as you exhale, lift up to down dog. Turn your tailbone up. Relax your shoulders. Exhale, come down to your knees. Bend your elbows and bring your forehead to the floor. Inhale, slide forward into cobra. As you exhale, bring the forehead down. Inhale, child's pose. Exhale, tuck the toes under and lift up for down dog. Excellent. One last time. Exhale, bend the knees, elbows, bring the forehead to the floor. Inhale, slide forward into cobra. Exhale, bring the forehead down. Inhale, come back to child's pose. As you exhale, tuck the toes under to rise up to down dog. So there's an option for the next few rounds that you can continue doing that same sequence, or we're going to add in the up dog as well. So you go down dog, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Notice that beautiful opening that's starting to happen in the shoulders. Excellent. Good. We're going to come down into up dog. And as you exhale, bring the forehead down to the mat. Relax your feet and let your breath come back to its natural pace. Sometimes you start breathing too quickly, and it's really important to let go of one posture before you enter into the next. Excellent. So now we're going to bring the right arm forward, bend the left knee, and hold on to the left foot with the left hand. Inhale. Push the foot backwards to lift up the shoulder and the knee. You're probably feeling a nice deep stretch in the quadriceps right now. As you exhale, lower your body down and then press the left heel into the center of the left buttock. If you don't feel a stretch, press your left hip bone down towards the floor. Now as you exhale, press the left foot to the outside of the left hip. Make sure that you're being gentle. This is a very deep stretch for the knee. Excellent. As you exhale, lower the leg down, bring the left arm forward, bend the right knee, and hold on to the right foot with the right hand. Inhale, exhale, push that right foot backwards into the hand. So you're really working with your strength in the quadriceps here. And then as you exhale, let the leg and the arm come back down to the ground and press your right heel towards the center of the right hip. If you're not feeling the stretch, press your right hip bone down towards the floor. Take slow, deep breaths. And now we're going to slide that right heel to the outside of the right hip. And always make sure you're being careful with your knees. Super. Now bring your foot back to the center. Bend your left knee and hold on to both feet with both hands. Inhale. As you exhale, you push backwards with both feet. And we're going to see if we can rock here with the breath. So you're inhaling and exhaling on the belly. Excellent. Come back to center. And as you exhale, come back down to center. You can let your forehead rest on the ground. And let yourself really relax. It's a nice deep work for the back. It'll also start working on your digestive system. So now we're going to turn the head towards the left. Open the arms up a little bit on the sides so they're not touching your hips. Inhale, raise the whole right leg up and stretch it backwards. So depending on how flexible you are, your foot might touch the floor, it might be hanging in the air. Just let it go to wherever it feels comfortable for you. Excellent. Now, if you want, you can just relax here, or you can just circle the legs. Inhaling, bringing that right leg up and around. Exhaling, down and around. So sometimes when we come back, you're going to feel a little bit of compression around the sacrum, low back. It's very normal. Good, now change directions. Inhaling up and around, exhaling down and around. Now bring that left leg back, ground again. And notice if your leg is going back more this time, or maybe the foot's touching, just so that you notice the effect on your back. And with your next exhalation, come back to onto your belly. And then turn your head towards the right side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, let it roll towards the back. So again, just go back to wherever you feel comfortable. And take a few deep breaths here to the back and just release. And now again, you have that option of just resting here or doing circles. So be inhaling up and around, exhaling down and around. And then change directions. Now let that right leg come back again. And again, Bring it back as far as you can, wherever it's comfortable. And feel the difference between now and the beginning of the posture. And then with the next exhalation, let your body come back down to center. Very good. Now bring your hands underneath your shoulders, about shoulder distance apart. The index fingers should be shoulder distance apart, and then you spread the rest of the fingers away from that. Bend your elbows nice and tight against your rib cage, and inhale, raise up to cobra. Relax your hip muscles. So if you feel like your feet are lifting up off the ground, make sure you relax them. Very good. Exhale, look towards the right side. Stretch that left shoulder forward. Inhale, come back to center. Make a nice shoulder back and down, nice shoulder circle back and down. And then exhale, turn and look behind the left shoulder. Good. Inhale to come back to center. Again, roll the shoulders back and down. Relax your hips. And this time we're going to make circles in our cobra. Inhaling up and around. Exhaling down and around. Listen in to the sound of your breath. And then change directions. Excellent. Come back to center. Again, circle the shoulders back and down. Press the elbows in towards the rib cage. And then exhale, slowly come back down to your belly. Inhale, lift your feet up behind you. And then rock them side to side as if they're the windshield wipers of a car. Super. Exhale to release your feet back down to the floor. Inhale, press your hands to the earth, and then we're going to press in for child's posture. Again, press the arms nice and firmly forward to stretch the back, and you can even rock your hips side to side too. Super. Now roll your back up one vertebrae at a time to come to a seated posture. So if you find that it's difficult to sit like this with your knees, take a cushion and put it between your legs. It's really up to you to make sure you're comfortable. Good. Now bring your hands behind your back and interlace the fingers. And straighten your elbows to stretch the chest forward. Now contract your abdominals and exhale as you lower down and bring the forehead to the ground. Relax your legs. And as you exhale, inhale, lift your arms up from your hips. It's only your arms here that need to be working. Relax the bottom part of your body. And it's normal here if you lose some of the circulation from your hands. It'll come back right away, don't worry. See if you can push your palms together. That way even the ligaments and tendons start stretching in the hands. Now as you exhale, release your arms. Press your belly button in. And then inhale, roll your back slowly up to sitting. Shake your hands. Excellent. We're going to do that one more time. So again, bring the hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers and try to keep the palms together. Straighten your elbows. Press your belly button in. And as you exhale, lower the forehead down to the floor. Good. Inhale, lift the arms up. And this time, stretch shoulder blades back away from the ears. And again, try to lift the hands up. So this time we're going to make shoulder circles. Bringing the arms up and around as we inhale and down and around as we exhale. So it's like you're drawing your own mobility. Good. Change directions as well. Excellent. As you exhale, let the arms come down to the floor. And then inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time to a seated position. Shake out your hands and your arms. Again, it's normal. We often lose circulation in the hands when we do that posture. So now we're going to change positions on our mat so that we can watch what I'm doing before you get into this maybe. So what you're going to do is go into a squat and let your elbows open up the knees. So you're going to push the elbows against the knees and then push the knees inwards towards the elbows. A lot of times you feel shaking in this posture. Make sure your back is straight, your neck is long. Excellent. So you can relax and come back down to a seated position. So now we're going to roll on the back to come back to candle posture. It's really important that you keep your weight on your shoulder blades and not on your back. So we're going to rock to bring the feet backwards behind the back. So you can support your lower back by putting your hands on your hips and letting the weight go to your elbows. If you're fine with your feet behind your head, you can let your hands lower down to the floor and interlace the fingers. Otherwise, keep supporting your low back with your hands. So try to find your balance so you're not using too much muscular strength. And be very, very conscious about your neck. So now, as we inhale, place the hands on the low back and lift the legs up towards sky. Good. Point your toes upwards. Take a few deep breaths here. And then as you exhale, open the legs to a V. And then flex your feet. Take deep breaths in and out, and let the gravity work on the inner thigh. If you feel balanced, you can also make circles with the legs. Inhaling up and around, exhale down and around. So it's helpful for us to work in circular motions for our joints. Also take time to change directions. Good. Open your legs nice and wide again. Flex your feet. Taking a few more deep breaths. Super. Inhale, lift the legs up towards the sky. And you have two choices here. As you exhale, you can bring your feet back behind your head and slowly slide down into the posture. Or if you want to go directly into bridge, bring your hands so they're supporting your hips. And then bend your right knee and let the right foot slowly come down to the floor, and your left leg will follow. So if you decided to slide into position, bend your knees, put your feet on the ground, and press your feet firmly to the earth. Now bring your hands under your back, interlace your fingers, and press your feet to the earth to lift the hips up nice and high. Keep taking deep breaths in and out, and make sure your feet are pushing against the mat. Now, bring your hands under the hips to hold on, to give them a little bit more support. And as you inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky. So, your choice here is to hold that stable, or we can do leg lifts. So you'll be exhaling to bring the leg down and inhaling to lift it back up. Take deep breaths in and out, and let the breath guide the movement. Now bend your knee and bring the foot to the earth. Other side, inhale, lift up your left leg. So we're going to point the toe, and then exhale, bring the leg down. Inhale, lift it up. You have that choice of just staying stable with the leg in the air as well. You have to do what's comfortable for you. Last one. Inhale, lift the leg up. Bend the leg at the knee and bring the foot down to the floor. As you exhale, come down one vertebrae at a time. Good. Now stretch your arms out into a T position and bring the knees in towards your belly. And as you exhale, let the knees come down towards, maybe halfway towards the right. Inhale to center. As you exhale, let them rock towards the left. So we're going to do this rocking motion a few times. Sometimes we really feel this rocking motion in our spine, and sometimes it'll even crack as it releases. Good. Now inhale, bring your knees back to the center, and then put your feet down to the ground. We'll go into the bridge posture one more time. So bring the elbows in towards the rib cage, press the feet down to the earth to lift the hips up, interlace the fingers under the back. Again, press the feet towards the earth. And this time we're going to make deep circles with the hips. Inhaling up and around, exhaling down and around. So again, we're just drawing our own mobility. And when you feel that it gets easier, feel free to make the circle bigger. Now change directions. Great. Now press the feet towards the earth to lift the hips up a little bit higher. Open up the elbows and the arms. And as you exhale, come down one vertebrae at a time. Now spread your arms open again. Let the right leg come down to the ground. And as you exhale, bend your right knee and stretch it over the left side of the body, coming into another twist. Turn your head gently towards the left. Relax your low back. Good. We've made lots of movements for the spine, and let it just release here. Good. After a few more exhalations, good. Let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Make sure you're still breathing deeply, fluidly. As we exhale, come back onto your back. And we're going to bend that left knee now and stretch it over the right side of the body. Turn the head towards the right. Good. Now you can play with the angle of that right leg to make sure that you're really working on what you need to be working on today. Super. As we exhale, come back onto your back. And then come up onto the elbows. See if you can interlace your fingers under your back. Look up towards the sky. And then you're going to press your tailbone towards the floor. Point the toes forward. Keep the heart lifted. Inhale and exhale deeply. Excellent. As you exhale, come back onto your back. Good. Again, bend your knees. And as we inhale, we're going to cross the left knee over the right. Put the left hand between the two thighs and interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. You can stay right here if you already have a stretch. You also have the option of lifting the right leg up and or pulling that right leg in towards your body. And then point and flex your foot a few times. The right foot. And make a few circles as well. And then change directions. Excellent. Relax your foot. And again, pull back on that right leg if that's available for you. On your next exhalation, bend your knee and bring the foot to the ground. Now, slide the two legs together. Open the arms up nice and wide. And as you exhale, let the legs come down towards the right side. Turn your head slightly towards the left. If that's too much for your low back, feel free to uncross your legs and just have the two knees together. And now, your objective is really just to breathe deeply. And ideally, you'll feel your left side expanding with the breath. So relax your muscles. The only thing that really needs to work here is the diaphragm. Now push your belly button in towards center and inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, put your left foot to the ground. Inhale, cross your right ankle to the left knee. Bring the right hand between your legs and interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. So again, you have that option of just staying here. You can also lift up the left leg and you can also pull in on the leg. And then point and flex the foot a few times. Let go of all that deep work that we were doing. And just think about your ankle. Good. Now make circles with your ankle and then change direction. Excellent. Relax your foot. Inhale. Exhale. Pull the leg in towards the body one more time. Keep breathing deeply. Excellent. Bend your left knee and slowly bring the foot down to the ground. Open your arms nice and wide and slide that right leg down the left. As you exhale, turn towards the left side. Or if you're finding that's too much for your back, uncross your legs and just keep the knees together. Now turn your head slightly towards the right. And totally and completely relax your back. And then just all you have to do is breathe. Notice what's happening on your right side. As you inhale, the ribs will lift up towards the sky. And as you exhale, you can let your body sink down to the floor. Excellent. Contract your abdominal muscles. Inhale, bring your knees back to the center. Exhale, put the right foot to the ground. Now just lift your feet slightly up off the ground. And again, we're going to draw the infinity sign in the air with the knees to make sure that the low back is nice and comfortable. And also, this is an easy way to notice what has changed since the beginning of the class. Notice where the tensions still are. Notice what has disappeared. And then change directions. Play with all the angles and all the shapes and sizes of the movement you can think of. Good. Come back to center. Inhale, lift the legs up towards the sky. Flex the feet. Press your belly button in. And as you exhale, lower the legs down towards the floor. And now it's time for our favorite posture, Savasana. So put yourself in the most comfortable position as possible. Feel free to use the cushions and blankets. Relax your shoulders. Make sure you feel centered on the mat and that your hips are comfortable along the earth. And now you don't even have to do anything else. You don't even have to think about your breath. Just notice what's happening in your body right now. Sometimes we feel vibrations after the class as the circulation changes and increases. Sometimes we feel super comfortable after the classes and very relaxed. Just notice all of the reactions to the postures we've just completed. Feel your health and well-being coming back in to you. And I don't mean just physical health, but also your mental health, your emotional health, and even your spirit. So yoga is a study of the mind, body, and soul and how it unites together. And through physical movements, we're able to let go of also other stress that might happen in our lives. And notice all that wisdom that you have inside your body and how you have control in many ways to help yourself, at least with your well-being. It's normal that we get injured and we have stresses time to time. That's part of life. But it's our ability to control some of those events as human beings that make a big difference. So through yoga, we learn how to see what our limits are and how to come back to ourselves. So take a moment to feel grateful to have this time and a place and even energy to work on your health. So now you can start wiggling your fingers and your toes to start coming back into the room. And slide your arms up and over the head to take a deep, deep stretch all the way from the fingers down to the toes, one side and then the other. Now bend your knees. If you need to, push your cushion to the side and turn towards your right side. Now slowly come up to a seated posture. Relax your shoulders. Press your heart slightly forward. Notice the length in your back of the neck. Bring your hands to your heart in prayer, and we'll sing Om to finish the class. Take a deep breath in. Thank you so much. Namaste. Namaste.
Cette émission d'Accès est appuyée par Cogeco et est rendue possible grâce à la collaboration de la communauté avec Nous TV.